Yes, Mr. Chairman. While the witness is being brought, we'll allow for other commissioners to come in and take their place. Now we have a quorum.
Don't worry, I thought we had a quorum already.
we
had a 7 quorum already.
Yes,
4 on my left,
yes,
on my
you're
right,
right.
and the 3 on
you
my
are
right.
right, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Deputy Commissioner Sose, for deputizing my absence this morning. I had an errand to run, that's why I couldn't come around. The witness is here. Counsel, if you're ready, shall we proceed? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Welcome back, Mr. Kante. I hope you had the opportunity to relax a little bit during that break.
Yes, very well. Thank you very much.
Yes. May I remind you that you are still under oath?
Yeah, noted.
Before the break, you told us that you left police headquarters in Banjul and then you went to State House. Is that right?
That's right.
Could you kindly tell us what happened at the State House when you arrived there?
Yeah, when I arrived, State House was relatively quiet. I met Yaya Jammeh there with his usual enigmatic bravado behavior, just out. But on shore, at that point, Edward Singate also had arrived because I passed through the police headquarters. So I saw both of them there.
You said you saw Yaya Jammeh exuding bravado. How was he dressed?
His top was out and open, bare-chested, and I guess he was not composed. Unlike Singate, he wasn't composed at all. I think he had a sense of insecurity somehow. Singate could communicate better with me, or I observed, that was my observation. He was like, Yaya Jammeh was like, something could happen to him anytime, but Singate was quite composed.
What else happened after that?
At that point, he told me, like Singate has already briefed you, this is a coup that has already taken place, it's successful, and our aim is to, as he's told you, is to take the country in a transition and return it to civilian rule in a matter of months, he said. But he also told me that your wishes will be taken into account, that there will be no execution.
Did he say anything else to you?
Well, I don't remember immediately what else he said to me, but I remember him telling me that you are invited and you could go home, change dress, and join us. A vehicle was allocated to me, plus escorts, and thereafter I left to go home with a group of soldiers, with a vehicle, an open truck, with other soldiers. At first I felt a little under siege. I felt like a captive, sort of. It was like my opinion was not sure whether I was going to go home and remain there and not be part of it. That was not what that idea was. but I knew also the dangers of outright saying, no, I'm not going to be part of this whole venture. But of course, it's something that I wanted to see happen, and it has happened. It had happened. So I thought the best thing to do was to be part of it, play my role, and make sure I become the usual voice of moderation and common sense. And this is the role I continue to play throughout my contribution.
At this stage, did you come to know who was in charge?
It appeared to me that they both started owing allegiance to Yahya Jammeh. It appeared to me, because Singate appeared to be at the fringe. All the time that I was talking to Yahya Jammeh, he was not intervening. He was saluting and saying, yes, sir. Then I knew something was going on here. Yahya Jammeh was in charge, or about to be in charge.
At this stage, Sabali was still at the police station, correct?
Correct. I think he was still at the police station, because I didn't meet him at the State House.
Do you recall what time you left State House?
Again, no sense of time. I don't know. Must be about after 2 o'clock or something, but I can't be sure.
And from State House, you went where?
I went home with a group of soldiers who escorted me in a truck. Truck means L200 open thing. You know, it was more than 8 soldiers who escorted me home to get ready, put on my gears, put on my stuff, and I relaxed. I had time to relax. I told them I wasn't going for 2 hours. I was going to rest because I just came from my village. So they waited for me. Thereafter, we came together to the State House.
How were you dressed when you left your home for State House?
I was combat ready.
Can you indicate what that means, being combat ready?
I was in combat equipment fighting order. That means I put on fatigue, green fatigue, camouflage, webbings, water bottles, anything that would keep me alive in case I was cut off from all sources of essential services, water, food, and anything. So I packed as much as I could in the heat of the event.
Do you recall when you arrived at State House? What time?
Could have been 5 o'clock.
Can you kindly tell us what happened when you arrived at State House?
I arrived at the State House and Jammeh wasn't available, but Spingat spoke to me, and then I had an assignment to do.
What was this assignment?
I was told that I had to put all the barracks in order. I had to go around to see what was happening everywhere, the checkpoints, the barracks, and so on. So that was my duty there and then.
Did you perform that duty?
Yes, I did perform that duty.
What did you do the rest of that evening?
I spent the best part of that evening at Union Barracks, where some officers were already stationed, waiting for further instructions. They were unsure what was going on. I just informed some of them what was happening, that the country had changed. a coup had taken place. I was from the State House, and I was told to come and see you guys to find out what was going on. So I was hopping from camp to camp, from checkpoint to checkpoint, trying to see what was going on. At some point, I came to Yundum police station, for example, and I met a group of soldiers, including my own staff, who were placed there in cells by Sanasabali. And when I asked, they told me they didn't know why they were placed there. So I released them without consulting Sanasabali.
Do you know whether Sanasabali eventually found out what had happened?
Yes, it found out because Alaji Kanyi, who was put in place in their church, told me Sana was very angry when he came here to find out that you had released them. So I said I just didn't care because they were my staff, and they told me they did nothing wrong. And I think that was the wrong time to start arresting soldiers and officers for no reason. That should have been the time of unity, to cover each other's back, but not to start arresting people.
At what stage, tell us if you know, was a council formed?
Council must have been formed about a week after the coup or so, but not immediately. I didn't bother to find out. I didn't bother to be part of it. I was not hankering after any position. So it was for me a hands-off approach. I wanted to change. Change had happened. And I wanted to change, a bloodless change. It had happened. It happened. And for me, that was enough. So the rest was, to take care of itself with time.
Did you continue to remain uninvolved?
Uninvolved meaning?
Not being involved with the council, as you said, as you alluded to earlier. Well,
at some point, I was called by Jame to say I could be part of the council.
At this stage, what was the composition of the council?
There were 5 members established, 5 positions established. And it was Lieutenant Yaya Jame, Lieutenant Sana Sabali, Lieutenant Edward Singate, Lieutenant Sadibu Haidra, now I remember his name vividly, and Lieutenant Yankuba Ture.
Of course, you knew these people before. Tell us about Yaya Jame. What was he like?
Not so I can describe Yaya Jame in one sitting or in one sentence, but I think I use the word enigmatic here. You can't predict him. He is a man of bravado. He is false, and he lies a lot. And he wants to propel his personality all the time. He wants people to think good of him. So I know him to be this type of personality.
As a soldier, how was he?
I didn't get to know him very well as a soldier because he came from the National Gendarmerie. And at that time, we thought he was not soldier enough. We used to joke about it, that he wasn't soldier enough because his discipline was not polished. He had a lot to learn about the army and the way the army operated. So he came in and was a complete stranger. He had to go through orientation and familiarization all the time. But what stood out very prominently was that Yaya Jame was not taking orders from senior officers, Gambian or Nigerian officers. He had no powers to protect him from not obeying orders. I guess he had a personality, a rebellious personality, so to speak.
Would it be correct from what you have said that he was indisciplined, braggart, and all that?
Yes.
Tell us about Sana Sabali. How did you find him?
Yeah, I found Sana to be immature. I found him to be economical with the truth. And I think his biggest disadvantage was that he lacked maturity.
How about Edward Singate?
Edward Singate was a sadist. He liked to inflict pain on people. He enjoyed inflicting pain. A very cunning personality. He projects a double personality. He was double-edged sword. At one point, he appeared to be a nice man, but inside this was hot burning fire. So this is Edward Singate that I knew.
Yankuba Ture.
Yankuba was on show as a clown, a bit of a clown, a bit of a bootlicker. He was nothing. He just wanted to fit in.
Sadibu Haidara.
Sadibu Haidara, unfortunately, I didn't have time to know him much because he came like Yaya Jammeh, he came from the Zandam. So at that time, he was a bit lonely, strange because he didn't mingle much with us. He was not that sure, but I guess he was a nice guy, and I just don't know what he looked like.
And this is the group that you joined. Let me just recap the personalities you mentioned. Yaya Jammeh, indisciplined braggart. Sana Sabali, economical with the truth, immature. Edward Singate, sadist, enjoys inflicting pain or suffering. Yankuba Ture, clown. Sadibu Haidara, misfit. Would that characterize the group that we called the council?
Yes, Council, I think you said it rightly. Unfortunately, we have...
No, these are not my words. These are your words, yes.
My words, yes. You have repeated my words, so it's right. But let's put it into context. These were not the personalities I used to know in the army, but position made them this.
But nonetheless, this is the group that you joined as members of the AFPRC Council, correct?
Correct.
When you joined, did you have confidence in this group? And tell us honestly whether you had confidence in this group.
Well, at that point, yes, I had confidence in the group because they confessed to me, like Jammeh and Singate, that I had my wish that nobody was going to be executed, be it civilian or military. So once that was clear to me, I thought I had prevailed somehow, and that it made sense to continue with them, so I could continue to be a voice of reason. And that way I would be able to protect a lot of things and prevent things that were not supposed to be there and then.
And for how long did you remain as spokesperson of the AFPRC?
It was short-lived.
Tell us about it.
Must be less than 10 days.
Sorry, could you say again?
Must be less than 10 days.
And can you tell us what activities you embarked upon? Microphone, please. Oh. Can you tell us what activities you carried out during your time as spokesperson?
As spokesperson of council, you're responsible for communication with the outside, advice also, council on several matters, arranging some protocol matters as well. For example, I helped organize the meeting at the Independence Stadium, the first council meeting with the public at the Independence Stadium. I was the moderator. I helped organize that. And I also had briefings with the press, including, for the first time, the Senegalese press, Senegalese newspaper called Sud Quotidien.
We would come back to this issue, your interview with Sud Quotidien. But in the meantime, let's talk about some of the actions that were taken by the council. You told the commission that they had assured you that nobody would be executed. Were there any arrests as far as you know?
Were there any?
Arrests and detentions.
Yes, yes, there were arrests and detentions. They started arresting and detaining officers, civilians, ministers. At that point, I was really a bit confused. Those were the days leading to my arrest. For example, I went to the Marine unit and found 2 ministers there. I think it was the Justice Minister and the Education Minister, Honorable Asan Diallo, and what Alkali James K or so. At the tip of the bridge there, next a cliff of a bridge next to the water, they were sitting there confused, and I guess they thought they were going to be drowned. So I went there. They told me they were there. So I went there, took the initiative to go there, to assure them that they were safe. They had nothing to fear. We were going to take care of them. So let them not be afraid that anything would happen to them. This is a new dawn, and it required that due diligence be made, adopted, but there is nothing to fear whatsoever, and that was very helpful to them. They were, I think, I met them. I think James Day was smoking continuously. Asan was confused. So when I came there, they relaxed a lot, and I took pride in that, and ensured that nothing happened to them, and thank God nothing happened to them.
Were you aware of other people who were detained?
Yes, apart from the soldiers, the officers, and some of the men who were detained, there were also ministers who were arrested and detained at the then Atlantic Hotel complex, NIA complex there, that included OJ and others. The then education officer, also Kamabaji, and so on. Some of them were there. So we visited them, and we assured them that it wasn't any ill intention. They were there because the situation demanded that. But let them be sure that as soon as the dust settled, they would be released.
At this stage, how were decisions taken by the council, as far as you know?
I don't know if we were sure exactly what was, how it, that all that was to unfold, but that was the beginning of the rash behavior of Yahya Jammeh and to some extent Edward Singate, by ordering arrests of military officers. At one point, there were 2 officers who were scheduled to be brutally arrested at home. And as soon as I picked that up, and that was even before I was a member of the council, I took it upon myself to go and get them and made sure they were safe. And that was, those were Ben Wilson, Captain Ben Wilson, and Captain Pamadou Ann.
What happened with regards to those people? Tell us about it.
Well, I took a number of men with me on a truck. They went. I went to Captain Wilson's place at Canifing, I think, where the Nigerians were staying. So as soon as they left, he occupied that place. They left for another apartment. He occupied that apartment with his family. He did not report to work, and I guess he was unsure what it was going to look like for him, just like Anne. So the moment we arrived, the moment the car turned towards the compound, they were running. The family was running helter-skelter to try to hide Wilson. So in the end, we pleaded with them that Wilson was there. Please tell him he's an officer and a gentleman, and he should come out want to talk to him nicely. But I guess he was unsure, so he was hiding under the bed. That's why they got the leg and put him out. Then I said to him, "You do not have to worry. Come with me." Soldiers wanted to sit him at the back of the truck, and I insisted that he should be at the front with me. So as soon as we reached the campus, he disembarked, we disembarked, and I placed him at the officer's mess instead of detaining him.
You arrested him?
No, I didn't arrest him. I gave him protective custody.
You detained him?
No, I didn't detain him. I took him to a comfortable place. That's the officer's mess.
Was he there on his own free will?
You could say he was not there on his own free will, but I guess without that, it could have been worse for him, because if what was planned had happened to him, probably, notwithstanding, I must say this, Sabali came back after discovering that he was not at home, because he planned to go and get him at home. But once he discovered that he was brought to barracks, he came and arrested him under gunpoint.
What did Sabali do with him? Microphone, please.
Sabali took him, ordered that he be taken to mile 2, and I insisted. I told him, no, he won't be taken to mile 2. We shouldn't start arresting now. He said it was on the orders of the council, the whole junta. I said, then I was not a member of the junta. I said, no. If it is on the orders of the whole junta, then it will be very disappointing, because all we're trying to do is try to unite everybody. So if you start arresting now, you are creating problem. It was then that I smelled that something is wrong here. I said no killing. Of course there was no killing yet, but there are arrests beginning to happen of civilian leadership and military leadership. So what's going to happen next? I just don't know. And Sabali would not look at me in the eyes to tell me what he was doing was wrong, but he insisted that he was given an order to do it. Ben Wilson was whisked off to prisons. He was taken to mile 2.
How about Major Ann?
Major Ann, I think prior to the coup, had just landed in Banjul from a military course, and he was on a short leave, before he returned to barracks to work. So he had very good reason to be home, but there was malice against him too. So when I brought him, he was not arrested. Actually, he wasn't arrested. He was free, and asked to go back home.
Malice from who?
Sana Sabali.
Did Sana Sabali see him at the barracks, Major Ann?
I won't know. I don't know whether he saw him at the barracks at that time. But he came for Wilson under escort of more than 20 soldiers, and he pointed a pistol at him and threatened to kill him.
When did that happen?
That happened at Hyundai Barracks 3 days after the coup.
So now you have been co-opted, brought into the council, giving the responsibility of spokesperson. You heard and have seen that people have been arrested and detained. Did you have cause to discuss the arrest and detentions with members of the council at any time?
Yes, I confronted Yaya Jammeh in his office. I asked why officers were under arrest. I was not yet confident to raise the issue of the civilians for a while, but I was very concerned that soldiers themselves, the senior officers, were being arrested. And I told him, you might have not been in the picture, but there was a time we discussed this thing, and I was told that nobody would be killed. And you yourself told me when I came to the State House that nobody would be killed. My wish was granted. And now I see people being arrested. Are we heading towards that direction or not? And he told me these are interim measures, and for sure nobody would be executed.
I asked earlier, at this stage, how were decisions in the council made? What was the process of making decisions? Can you tell us?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't spend much time in the council. Whatever I might have done was outside council, and the little assignment that I had was short-lived. So, and that was when I started voicing out concern for lives and properties, for people's well-being, and I guess that did not go down well with the likes of Singate, who had, I guess, always been in competition, sort of, with me, for one reason or the other. One reason or the other, I don't know, but he saw me as a concurrent, a threat or something. So, whatever reason, I don't know. These things start and they discuss these things and get to arrest people and bring them to whatever. And my objection to these arrests were noted, but many did not like what I was saying.
So, you told us they were arresting people and detaining them, both civilians and military. But your own act of arresting 2 superior military officers was an act of preventive intervention. That's what you want us to believe.
That's where I smelled that somebody could be in danger for being at home, and if he had come to the barracks, probably that would not happen. I thought it was my duty to do that, to get them and put it in a comfortable position. So if it was a question of discussion, for example, to say there was an action, we are in this together, and you people are at home, and that could bring them problem, I tried to prevent that from happening to them.
You said your activities did not go down well with Jame. But before we go into what happened subsequently, tell us about your interview with Sud Quotidien.
Yeah, Sud Quotidien is a Senegalese newspaper, and they wanted to find out from us what exactly was going on. Like all other recognized accredited press, we needed to come out and give information. This is a country. People want to know what is going on, and we owe them that. And I always insisted that as the man in charge of giving out information, we now need to come out and tell people what is going on in our country. And so when the request was made, I went to Jame and said the Senegalese wanted an interview, and he granted it. So I had an interview with Sud Quotidien.
Prior to the interview, did you discuss with Jame what you could say and what you could not say?
I guess he understood clearly my role. There was no need for micromanaging my situation or my position or my responsibility. I guess Jame had confidence in me at that point, so he would not try to coach me on what to say and what not to say. But really, we had taken over a country, and we need to assure the population that they could go about their normal business once again, and that there would not be any harm to anybody. This government is a transition government, and that is probably one thing that Jame never agreed with internally. He didn't voice it out, but I guess he never agreed internally that this was going to be a transition government of 2 years. and then or a number of months, and then we'll hand over to civilians. At a cabinet meeting subsequently, he told us, Bakari Bunja Dabo, who was co-opted as minister, interim minister of finance, proposed a 2-year transition. But Yame frowned at this proposal and said it was not going to happen. We will make it a 4-year transition.
Did you eventually hold your interview with Sud Quotidien?
Yes.
How did that go, the interview?
I guess that was it. At the end of the interview, I was arrested and taken to Mile 2.
Who arrested you?
Men led by Sana Sabali.
Can you tell us how the arrest happened?
During the interview, Yaya came and peeped in. He came opened the door and peeped in to see whether the interview was taking place. Then I said, yes, anything. He said, no, go ahead. Then he went back. And then men came and said, I was under arrest. I said, whose orders? He said, Lieutenant Sabali. Where is Lieutenant Sabali? He's in his office. I attempted to rush to Sabali to find out what the hell was, sorry for my language, what was going on, and I was blocked. And I was surrounded by a huge entourage of soldiers who disarmed me and requested that I be taken to Mile 2 prison.
Did this happen while the interview was in progress or after the interview had ended?
After the interview had ended.
Those who arrested you, were they armed?
Yeah, they were armed, because at that point, all soldiers were armed.
Do you recall the date of that interview?
It must have been on or about the 5th of August when I was arrested.
Of which year?
1994.
Say that again?
1994.
This must have been about a week after your appointment, correct?
Correct.
Where were you taken after you were arrested?
I was taken to Mile 2.
Can you explain how things unfolded after your arrest? How things unfolded?
Well, the vehicle headed to the direction of Mile 2, and I requested to know where we were going. The senior soldier there told me we are going to Mile 2. They have instructed us to take you to Mile 2. I was not going to ask him any further questions because it was an instruction that I'll be taken to Mile 2, and that's what was happening. So we went to Mile 2, entered. I was undressed. They took my gears. They took all the stuff from my pocket, telephones and everything from my pocket, and so on. My weapons were earlier taken. I was not processed.
What do you mean by that? You were not processed?
Under normal circumstances, when somebody is taken to prisons, be it soldier or civilian, there is a need to prepare documentation to say when the person arrived there and how, by whom, who ordered his arrest, and so on. But that didn't happen in my case. And I guess in many other cases, I was just given a cell, and that cell was hard to occupy.
Were you told the reasons for your arrest?
No, I was not told because they were all, the entire council was running away from me. Who could I ask? I couldn't ask anybody.
The people who took you to the prison, did you ask them the reasons for your arrest?
Oh, initially I told you after the interview when I was arrested, I asked why. They told me they did not know it was on Sabali's orders. And that's when I attempted to see Sabali, to find out from Sabali. But I was blocked from seeing him. So naturally, I wasn't going to bother them again with reasons for my arrest because they were not the decision makers. So I left them to do what they were supposed to do. I just knew I was going to mile 2.
Once you arrived at mile 2, you were stripped, your belongings were taken away, and you were taken to a cell. Do you know which cell you were taken to?
Yeah. Again, I have still a problem identifying which is number 1 and which is number 4. But I guess I was taken to number 1 first, where I met the lives of some soldiers, officers there, a few officers. And then we started communicating. Some would say I was just picked up and brought here and so on. But then that was it.
You talked about number 1. What would this number 1 signify?
That's a death row.
Is it known by any other name?
I don't know. Sorry, can't.
What does the phrase security wing mean to you, if any?
Okay, thank you very much. It could be maximum security.
Could you explain yourself again, please?
Well, it's a place where serious people who were about to be executed should be kept, or people who committed serious offenses would be kept. So that's my understanding of maximum security wing.
Do you recall the name of the section in Mile 2 prison where you were kept?
Sorry, could you repeat that question?
Do you recall the name of the section in Mile 2 prison where you were kept?
No.
But you recall that it was called number 1. Is that what you said?
Later discussions went like number 1, number 4. I just switched off. I didn't care what was 1 or 4. I just knew that we were brought to a place where nobody had access to family, nobody had access to information. We were just there, abandoned. So they moved us from one section of the prison, both maximum security.
You mentioned 1 and 4. Were those names associated to the various sections?
That's right.
Do you recall where you were first taken? What was the name of that section? What number?
Actually, really, I just didn't know. I thought it was 1, it could be 4. I could have been placed in 1 and then moved to 4, or in 4 moved to 1. I'm so sorry. I don't catch this anymore.
When you were first taken there, the section you were taken to, do you recall who were your immediate neighbors?
Yes, I met people like Ibrahim Kambi. The first place I was taken, Kambi was there, Sirif Mbai.
Can you tell us their ranks, please?
Yeah, he was Captain Kambi, Major Sirif Mbai, Aliun Dur must have been a Captain Aliun Dur, and some other non-commissioned officers.
Can you tell us about the conditions of detention in that particular place?
Absolutely difficult conditions. There were no beds, just bare plank, wood plank as bed, and then basically inhumane, unacceptable. But I guess that was mild too, the way it used to be, with us or without us. I think that was the situation, the condition people were kept in that prison prior to our arrival. So we thought that was the normal thing, but really it was not fit to hold a human being, because you couldn't sleep well, you couldn't even sit comfortably, and it was rat infested. The place was filthy, tight, and I guess that was the intention, to break us down, to make us feel that we do not have a voice, we do not have a right any longer, and we needed to break, die, or get confused, or get mad.
When you first arrived there, did you have the freedom to go out of your cell for the whole day, for instance?
Yes, at that point where I met Kambi, yes, we would go out sometimes and stretch our legs, sit together, talk simple issues, afraid to talk about the coup d'etat and the council and other things in case somebody was listening. But we pretended that we needed to keep each other's company. Yes, at that time, there was a bit of freedom, a little bit of freedom to move out of the cell, sit outside, stretch legs, and communicate among ourselves.
You said at that time you were able to go out. Did that situation change?
Yeah, the situation changed when we were moved to the other part. Call it one, call it four. I'm so sorry, you may know. The situation changed when we were moved. We were moved on the 6th of September, I remember, 1994, to the other part where the bulk of the detainees were civilians and military officers, junior and senior, and soldiers. And the civilians were moved to another place, probably where we were. So where we ended up housed only military officers on the 6th of September, 1994.
This date stuck in your mind. Why?
Yeah, because on this day there were something terrible happened. Something happened, and nobody could forget what happened there. We were attacked. We were attacked in the night, around 1 o'clock in the night. A group of soldiers came there, led by members of the junta, apart from Yahya Jammeh himself. They came there to torture us, physically and emotionally.
Tell us who came.
I told you, all the council members other than Yahya Jammeh. Edward Singate, Lieutenant Edward Singate came. Yankuba Ture came. Sadibu Hydra came. Sana Sabali came. And Peter Singate, the younger brother to Edward Singate, was among them. Plus there are oddlies and others that I may not know. I didn't catch the appearance of anybody, to recognize anybody. I concentrated on the officers who came there, the council members. So these are the people who concern me. And they were there all over the place, shouting, pulling people out of their cells, dragging them on the bare floor, dragging them, beating and kicking, abusing, and then, yeah.
Can we talk about that particular issue and tell us in greater detail what you saw and give us a good chronology of how events unfolded?
At about 1 o'clock in the night, the door opened of the cell at the complex, and I saw boots coming in. I was not asleep at the time. Many were asleep, but I was awake. I saw boots coming in. I saw soldiers then coming in. And then, surprisingly, I saw Singate. And then I saw Yakuba. I saw the council members. And then their soldiers followed them. So, and then noise started. It started taunting people. Shouted names like amphibious. Amphibious meaning referring to Colonel Sar, then Captain Sar, Major Sar, because he told them, I think he warned Singate that the Americans were around and they were amphibious, that they could cross the coup. So they gave them this nickname, amphibious. So when they came, they shouted the name amphibious. But they went straight, I think, to Captain Mamad Cham's, or Major Mamad Cham's cell. I remember that vividly. They dragged him out, tied his hands and legs, and dragged him, on the floor. I remember him pleading with them, telling them, Magan, So somebody said to him, well, you don't know what's going to happen to you. You're talking about Gan, but you don't know what awaits you. So they dragged him outside, and gunshots were made or heard. We could hear gunshots. Then they came back.
Was anything happening to him, or were they doing anything to him while he was being dragged out of the cell?
No, in his case, I don't think they kicked him before they reached outside, but they disabled him by handcuffing his legs, hands, and then tying his legs, and dragging him with the strap of his clothes, or T-shirt, whatever. And then he was complaining that they were wounding him. As soon as they went out, gunshots were heard. And then they came back again to collect somebody else.
Before that, do you know whether he was beaten at all? Microphone, please.
He wasn't beaten there. He might have been beaten outside, but they were dragging him in a manner, very uncomfortable manner, across the floor. And that was very, very uncomfortable. And that's why he was complaining very badly. And they were taunting him, telling him something terrible will happen this night to him. And then they took him out of the complex.
How did you know that?
I was alive to the event. I told you I wasn't asleep. My cell, number 6, was just facing the door. So I saw them pull him out and dragged him outside the door.
How soon after he was taken out did you hear the gunshots?
As soon as he was taken out, within minutes, gunshots were heard. And they came out and said they had their first casualty. He's now no more. Captain Momocham was no more. He was killed. And they made us believe that. They came with blood on their hands. Singate had blood on his hands, and he tried to show all of us that the first casualty has just been gone down and he's killed. So who was next? I think it was Chongan also.
How did you feel when you saw blood on Singate's hands?
Yeah, I felt that was the end for me too, because I was the protagon is for non-execution. So if they had started killing people, I was not going to escape the killing, because they were going to revenge on me. They were going to say it was you who advised us not to kill. And since we have started killing, whether you deserve to die or not, we will kill you. That was the first thing. And so it was like I was already dead.
How did you feel realizing that this was your situation?
Today I can't describe how it felt, because that's like facing the horror of death, which was even more painful than death itself. The realization that you are about to be killed, and there's no getting out of it. You couldn't escape. There was no avenue of escape. I resigned to my fate, prayed to God that as long as my intentions were clean, I had good intentions, I didn't hurt any man, I wanted to protect my fellow citizens and colleagues against execution, and now I find myself in the execution zone. I prayed that, that is it. Let me be executed.
Did it end with charm?
No, I think their next target was Chongan. Chongan was their next target. So they came and dragged Chongan also out, did the same to him. But they were beating him from the onset, kicking and dragging him, punching him, doing all sorts of things to him. He did not complain and he did not cry. He could have cried outside, but he was very courageous. I saw them move him out and started hitting him even before they left the complex.
Do you know Chongan's full name?
Alpha Ibrahim Chongan.
What rank did he hold at the time, if you know?
He was the Deputy Inspector General of Police.
Do you know what happened after they dragged him out?
The same procedure, the same thing. They
Tell
dragged him
us.
out and then started shooting. And came back again with blood and said, the second casualty has just gone. Who is next?
Did they go for anybody else?
Then they came back for RSM Jeng, Babukar Jeng, and did the same thing to him. At that time, I must add this, at that time Jeng was he had an accident before, and his neck was, what's it called again? His entire neck was immobile. So he had a protective thing around it. He couldn't move a lot. He was part paralyzed, sort of. That's how they arrested this gentleman and placed him in cells. And they came for him, regardless of his conditions. They started beating and dragging him. And he cried and cried and cried. There was no remorse. They did this to him, dragged him outside, and again started shooting, wild in the air.
All this time, what was your belief as to your fate?
Well, I had already died, so I knew I was in the life. I knew I was in the life. So at that point, and maybe you could all take lessons from this, that is to a point when it really reaches you, you don't know you are dying anymore. And I knew I was dead. I was just physically present. So that's it. But I had no fear. My fear had evaporated.
After the third casualty, what happened next?
The junta and their men came inside with blood again, just like they did to the others. At the end of the day, they came out and said, that is enough execution for the night. We will come back tomorrow night. you will be on the line, amphibious will be, that is Samsar, and Musa Mane, I think. I was next because I was next to Musa Mane, so it was going in a row. Sirif Gomez was number 3. He was in number 3 cell. They didn't mention him, but they mentioned Sar, who was in 1 or 2, I think, and Musa Mane.
Do you recall who said they were going to come back the next day?
This whole thing looked like Edward Singate's game. He was doing the talking. He was doing the directing. Sabali was senior to him, but Sabali was like mute. He was acting, but he left the thing to Edward to direct verbally and everything, to direct the show, as they call it afterwards. So it was Edward Singate orchestrated, Edward and Peter Singate.
As far as you know, can you tell us whether all members of the junta who were present there participated in the torture of these people?
Counsel, it didn't matter to me who participated physically or not. What mattered to me was that they came there, all of them. They all agreed to do that, and I guess that's why they were all there. So whether anyone felt sympathetic or excused himself for one reason or the other, I just can't buy that. All I know is that they all came with the intention to torture us, physically and psychologically.
That may very well be the case, but my question is, from what you saw, did they all participate?
Yes, they all participated.
Thank you. After they said enough for the night or for the day, they would leave and they will come back, what happened?
Well, they went out, in a stampede. I remember Peter was the last to move out. Yes, he was looking around to see what Mile 2 looked like. Not blame him because he just came from Sandhurst. I left him there. I left him in Sandhurst. He was next to me. He was new, so he was looking around amazingly to say, what does this place look like? So he was the last to come out of the gate. And they left. So you could imagine, death was theirs, smelling. Everybody was quiet, waiting to see what would happen the next day.
That night, did you see again the 3 that were dragged out of their cell?
No, we didn't see them again. We assumed they were already killed.
For how long did that assumption last?
Well, for a lot of people, it lasted for a long time. But I found solace in my training and understanding of guns. It is called the click and thumb theory, that when a gun is fired, you need to know how it sounded. If it impacts a body, an object, or the ground, or if it just went into the air. And I concluded thereafter that it went, almost all shots went up into the air. So I assumed they were not killed after some point.
But at the time you were entertaining that theory, you did not see those 3 individuals again.
Correct. We didn't see those 3 individuals again, although their cells were untouched. Their personal effects were the way they were at the time of their removal. So even when we had the opportunity to come out to do anything, we realized that these guys' things were still there, untouched. Towels they're hanging where they were hanging. Beddings were left the way they were. So for a long time, these things remained that way, suspiciously or conspicuously.
The members of the junta and members of their entourage left making you believe that the three were executed. How did that affect the other officers who you were detained with?
Yeah, it affected all of us, but at varying degrees. It affected me adversely at that point. I thought, yes, there is no escape here. We're all going to die. It is the Ghana-style execution that they promised is what they were going to do to us. But then my emotion kept coming down when I promised myself that my knowledge of weapons and when weapons are fired consoled me a lot. So at any time I had an opportunity to meet any of the detainees, I would tell them this. We must not despair. Let us pray. These people were not killed. But of course, some of them were already distressed. I remember Sansar, had Samsudin Sar. Captain Samsudin Sar was adversely affected.
How? Can you tell us?
Well, he remained in his cells for a number of days, motionless, without food, and he felt like somebody who's lost his mind. And then he would not answer to calls, he would not answer to greetings. Once in a while, I would pass by and tell him to take courage and pride in himself and his family that tomorrow would come. If you allow yourself go down this path, we are all here together. We are not yet killed, and God is not killed. God is alive. So He is there for us. We probably won't be killed. So let's have courage. And
in simple parlance, how would you describe the symptoms Captain Samsudin Sar exhibited at the time?
Yeah, excessive fear, depression, and he was switched off completely because he had a towel over his head, and bending over something bad, and motionless. He was just like that, But he wasn't dead. We knew he wasn't dead, and I know he wasn't dead, and he could hear words. So that's why I tried all the time to talk to him this way, and he confirmed this in the book that he wrote, Coup d'etat by the Gambian National Army.
What did he say there?
No, just to tell you that he said he appreciated my support at those difficult times when I used to come to his cell and tell him to take...
My question was how you would describe the symptoms that he exhibited at the time. And you have used some few words. You have used out of his mind. You have used depression. You have used some other words. And is there another word which actually captures that state of mind as far as you know?
Mad.
You mean that he was mad? Does that mean he exhibited symptoms of mental illness?
Correct.
Tell us about the other detainees, what you saw regarding how they behaved at the time.
We all had different mannerisms, different ways of reacting to that type of danger, varying from personality to personality. I salute the courage of all these officers who did not give up. despite the pressure, what looked like, you know, an execution. They all of them, you know, put themselves together. And I remember one Captain Johnson, who was like Babakar Jeng, sick. He was bedridden at the time. He was arrested and brought to us. And he couldn't even sit on a plank. In the end, the doctor had to recommend mattresses in his cell so he could sit down or even lie down. And that was granted. And then I remember we would sneak into his cell sometimes and say, "Oh, how soft this place. Today you won't sleep here alone. We're going to sleep with you." He would laugh. But we didn't know that this guy, they would not even spare this guy.
It was suggested in some testimony here that mistakenly or otherwise, that you were part of the group that came to Mile 2 prison. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, for the first time I learned that a prisoner could be an executioner. And so you're referring to Safe Gomez, who said that the council came there and tortured. And that council included Lieutenant Kante. And the name he didn't know, but Kante. I was the only member of the council. Whoever was a member of the council called Kante. So I was devastated when I heard this. I listened to the audio and the video myself, and I heard it. But what I can say to this is that it is, for whatever reason he said it, it is malicious and it is dangerous. I did not torture anybody. I have never tortured anybody. I was a victim like him. He was in cell number 3. I was in cell number 6. We saw each other almost every day, and we discussed sometimes about issues affecting us, the outside politics and so on. And all of a sudden, in his eyes, in his memory, I was a torturer. And I tortured.
Perhaps that may have been an innocent mistake. That may have been an innocent mistake. And I would not encourage the thought that this was malicious. But in any case, I want to show you the Gazette that listed the people who were detained, the security detainees at the time. I want you to take a look at it and see whether you would see your name on the list. This is exhibit number 3. Could this be passed on to the witness, please?
Yes, my name is here, Second Lieutenant Alhaji Kante, Gambia National Army.
What number are you listed under?
11.
Could you kindly pass the document to the chair, please, for them to see? While we allow the commissioners to inspect the document, we can still proceed with the questioning. For how long did you remain at Mile 2 prison?
Yeah, I remained there for about 3 months, and I was among the first batch of detainees to be released. The batch of detainees. There were individuals released once in a while, but I was among the first batch of those who were released.
while you were at Mile 2 prison, were you ever beaten or tortured?
No, I was never beaten, but I was psychologically tortured.
Can you tell us what activities you believe entailed your psychological torture?
First, the conditions of detention were psychologically unacceptable. The food was bad. And I guess other witnesses had already described the condition of food, the type of food we used to eat there, the type of rice and cherries, they call it futo, we used to eat there. So they will tell you wet or dry, and wet means they will give you something on top of, I don't know what type of sauce that is, and from what. You know, they will put it on the cherry, or they will give you the dry cherry, or futu in Mantinka, and ask you if you want sugar. This cherry did not look like a proper one. Or something mixed with. So.
Could you say that again, please?
If somebody could say this, I don't know.
Could you explain that in English, please?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know the word. You know, this cherry we all know, Wolof, and that is futu in Mandinka. So when you pound the coos, the husk is what is called, what is it again? Dofeo, and it's soft. So I suspect they mix it with that, the real cherry with that, and serve it to us.
Can the interpreters help the council with that interpretation?
Well, go ahead, yes. I think he said dofengo, that's the word, and it means husk, but let's hear from the interpreters.
I suppose that would be the chaff that comes off from the coos.
Okay. So, may I proceed, Mr. Chair?
Thank you. Yes, please. Please proceed.
So, you said there was psychological torture arising from the conditions of detention and so forth. How about the execution? Did it have any impact other than that you have described? Would you call that torture?
That's torture. If that's not torture, I don't know what is. The feeling of that one is about to die, that's the worst amount of torture. It's worse than even death. So this is psychological torture. It drove some people to madness, near madness. You know, and all of us changed one way or the other soon after. Then files came flashing all over, accusing us of treason, that we must go to some offices and sign that we've been part of a coup, which I refuse to accept, the coup against the junta, which I refuse to accept. And to this day, I never signed anything like that. If I would be killed, then let me be killed. But I wasn't going to accept, you know, that I tried to overthrow the junta.
Could you take again that list, take a look at the list and read out the names that are contained in there?
First is Captain Ibrahim Akambi, Gambia National Army, Captain Mamad Ocham, Captain Ben Wilson, Captain James Johnson, Captain Ndu Cham, Captain Momodu K. Sonko, Major Malik S. Njai, Major Turo Jaone, Lieutenant Sirif M.L. Gomez, Second Lieutenant A. Kante, Second Lieutenant A. Kinte, Second Lieutenant Yakuba Drame, Sergeant Musa Mane, Sergeant Faraba Saleh, Staff Sergeant Lamin Sambo, Warrant Officer Babukar Jeng, Warrant Officer Class 2 Musa Sise, Private Bori Dabo, Corporal Momodou Njai, Cadet Superintendent Abubakar S. Jeng, Tactical Support Group, Inspector R. Korea, Tactical Support Group as well, IGP Pasala Jang, Police, ASP Jame, Contra, Police, Chief Superintendent Sif Mai, Police, Superintendent Aliu Ndur, Police, and Lieutenant Keba Diba, Gambia Police Force.
You left out a name, didn't you?
Inadvertently. I don't know which one.
AIG Chongan.
Left out or not here.
Take a look carefully to see whether you would...
Oh yes, sorry, I'm sorry. 25, yes. AIG Ibrahim Chongan, Gambia Police Force. Sorry for that.
Thank you very much. Did you recall seeing these people there at the security wing where you were detained?
Yes, I do.
So tell us the process of your release. How did things unfold?
Well, like every day, we would expect two things: the worst or the best. And then we thought probably that common sense would prevail. These people would consider our fate and release us. And that was our hope. So we kept that hope alive. And one day, they came and took a number of us out, that we were going to the bureau, the office, at the prison yard, just to receive the pleasant information that we would be released, but not without going to the State House first.
At what stage were you interviewed for the purposes of taking a statement from you?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this was before we were tortured or after we were tortured, but I think it was after we were tortured, because this thing happened after September 6th, that we would be called to the office and be asked to look at a particular file for information about us and how we attempted to overthrow the government, the junta. So 2-3 of us will be called at the same time and face the NIA and the police. I think NIA and the police, what's it called again, special branch personnel also. Then that was it.
Do you recall which officers you faced for the purposes of giving a statement or interrogation, for that matter?
You know, at that stage it was hard to, to even ask for a name, because they had no badges to identify them, no name tags. But I remember one cham from Sukuta, one police from Sukuta called Cham. I remember that. I remember it because I had them calling his name. And I also intervened in case of Musa Mane when he tried to force him to accept something. So I told him, no, you can't force anybody here to accept any liability. You are here to take statement. You take what he tells you. Don't force anybody. He didn't like it, and I took a risk. But I remember pulling and pushing with him. His name was Cham.
From your earlier testimony, you did not give a statement. That's what's your position.
You say I didn't give a statement in prison?
Yes.
No, I said I was not processed.
Did you give a statement to the investigators?
Yes, I was compelled to write a statement, which I did, just like almost all of us.
Did you make any admissions?
No, over my dead body. Remember, I was dead already, so I will not bulge anymore. I said I was not part of any coup. I just did not know why I was arrested, and I'm not going to sign anything to that effect. you can take it to the bank. I did not sign anything concerning that.
Mr. Chairman, it's 5 minutes to the lunch hour. I now cede the floor to the commissioners.
Thank you very much, counsel, for that exchange with the witness. Before I give the floor to the commissioners, if they have any questions to ask, Mr. Kante, can you just clarify one point for me? Morning of the 22nd July, when you crossed at Barra, you said you went straight to Marine Unit, and then from there to police headquarters, and from there to State House. At any of these points, did you come across an individual called Amadou Suare?
At that point, no, I didn't see Amadou Suare.
Thank you. Commissioners, do you have any questions? Yes, Deputy, please.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Lead Counsel. Thank you, Kanse. Originally, you had mentioned two officers, Lieutenant Basiru Barrow and Lieutenant Alpha Kinte, who had been part of the coup plotters. But after that, they are not part of the narrative. Can you please help us about the role of these two officers on the 22nd of July? Thank you.
Yeah, I guess I've already explained how the split finally came, that we did not agree on the modus operandi and what was going to happen to the ministers, civilians, and our colleagues who were senior to us. So we did not take part. So Kinte and Barrow were not part of it, part of what happened on July 22nd, 1994.
Thank you.
You, Commissioner Kinte.
Commissioner Kinte, Captain Kante, please allow me to take you back a bit. The Nigerians, when they were here, they were designated. They had a designation, and I thought they had a TOR, terms of reference, what they need to do also. Were their performance in line with their purported designations, and or contrary?
No, because the meaning of a training team is different from a command team. We were expecting a training team, but instead we saw our army taken over by the Nigerian officers. The commander was Dada, and he brought assistant commander who was his Colonel GS, that's General Staff, and there was the AQ, Administration and Catering Administration, also Nigerian. All other departments were headed by Nigerians and seconded by Gambians. That is not what a training team was supposed to be like. A training team should be confined to a team of trainers which will be in the training school, but not to take over the command of the administration of the army. And that's what they did. And they connived with, I thought that was an affront to our integrity. It was an affront to our dignity that the government would allow foreign forces to come and command our army at a time when there was no war or there was no serious situation.
Thank you, Commissioner Jones. John, yeah, please.
Commissioner Jones, thank you, Mr. Kante. You said you were asked while in detention to sign that you were part of the coup against the junta. Could you please just specify what coup you're talking about and what part or what time during your detention were you asked to sign?
Well, this group from the NIA and I think police intervention, police special branch or so, as they were called, came and asked us to sign statements, to make statements and ask us to, I don't know if it was all of us, but I, in person, I know that they were telling me that I was complicit in a coup against the junta. Because I asked them why I was arrested. And they said, because I was accused of plotting against the junta. So I said, no, I did not plot against anybody. I just did not even know why I was here in the first place. But they kept insisting that that was the case. So I said, fine, you can insist that was the case. But I will never put in writing or append my signature to anything like that. I did not stage a coup against the junta.
Thank you very much indeed, Commissioner Carr.
Commissioner Carr, I have a question. Were you allowed access to a lawyer during your detention?
No, in fact, we were, thank you for the question. We were kept incommunicado for most of the time. The only contact we had were prison officers, some of whom were very nice, others not so nice. The information we got from the outside world came through them. And some nice ones would, I remember a radio was sneaked in for me, which I was using to listen to the BBC and other news outlets in the country. And I was furnishing the rest of the detainees. It happened once that my radio dropped and rolled outside my cell, and that was a very dangerous one. Fortunately, the first one to encounter it was a friendly prison warden who came and took it away. Of course, he brought it back to me because they bought it for me. There.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Diallo.
Commissioner Diallo, Imam Hussein Diallo. Mr. Kante, you as young officers saw this dissatisfaction to the point where you decided to try to create a coup. Did you ever communicate these feelings to your superior officers of your dissatisfaction? Not necessarily the coup, but your dissatisfaction.
Yes, one form or the other. We kept communicating with them, and they know how we felt. We knew how they felt. Even they were not happy, completely satisfied with what was going on. Their position was simple. They had a lot to lose, they say, because they were going to be next after the Nigerians. We thought it was irrelevant whether you're going to be whatever position you aim to hold after the Nigerians does not play a role. What played a role was how you perform on the job, your sincerity and your loyalty to your country. That's what we believe as senior officers. So I guess they too were aware that things were not going right, and also they were aware that we were not satisfied, and to the point of disgruntlement. I hope that answered your question.
Thank you. Yes, Bishop, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Alaji Kante, you actually described how you felt humiliated and disappointed when the Nigerian training team came in the Gambia and they took over command of the Gambian army. And because of your dissatisfaction, I think you are one of those who, consider the idea of that there must be a change of government. And that change will also reflect the change in the lead of the Nigerian army. But you mentioned that I think you take a leading role, but and you were a trained soldier. But eventually, in your description, the one who actually led the group, according to you, was not a trained soldier, and that you referred to Yahya Jammeh. So how did you come about that decision to allow an untrained soldier to lead you, the trained one?
very much, Commissioner. I will not describe Yaya Jammeh as untrained. He was trained in a number of arts in the military, military police. He had a good training grounding military police duties. Of course, the army was a different scenario for him, but that was a higher standard. The Zandams would disagree with this at the time, but when the army, the Zandam was amalgamated into the police, and some prominents were brought in, including him, Yaya Jammeh, and Haidara. We thought that they would assimilate quickly into the army. And then events were moving very fast at that time. There was lack of command and control, efficient command and control. The government did not trust the army or whatever. There was inter-service competition and rivalry between Zandam and army. And then Yaya Jammeh came. I describe him in my statement as a wolf, lone wolf, who always harbored the ambition to overthrow government. And then he came in. When I joined the army, I had no such intention. But I thought army was my chosen profession, and here we are, the government that was supposed to safeguard our dignity and integrity is the same government that does not trust us. And it is this government that was out to humiliate us by bringing foreign forces to command us. So that's why we struck. But I told you that we didn't agree entirely among ourselves as to what to do. Do we kill? Do we not kill? I said no. Others said no. And those who
$57 vehicles, you are giving it to parliamentarians. Where is the source? The parliamentarians themselves should challenge that.
Wait, TRRC and GDC no opposition. All other parties that doesn't concern you, either UDP or NRP or PDP, they are all in the government.
man dama against ID card mu nekk $450 man mosuma si anata du mosuma sa
and started giving them more than they deserve, or more than us. And so all these things came up as grievances against the government itself. And then also we saw that the government was itself not clean. You know, this is a government that was corrupt to the core. We saw it. We are intelligent enough, we are old enough. And that's why we said we'll bulldoze the government and the Nigerians will go. And that's what happened on the 22nd of July, 1994. But like you rightly said, it is not the business of soldiers to take over government. And in hindsight, I wish that hadn't happened.
At the end of the coup, years after that, many leaders do come out to say that we should not have been doing this. I had a meeting with Yakubu Gowon in Abuja after Sani Abacha left. Spent 2-3 hours talking with Gowon. Gowon was lamenting about the mistakes of military overthrowing civilian governments. He said it was none of their business. They weren't trained to run countries and could have predicted what was going to happen in this country as well. Rawlings was the only one that I know met who did not regret that thing. As a matter of fact, he continued to encourage young military guys coming in to do it. But anyway, that's for topic for another session or another time, not for the hearings that we are having here. Sorry, the exchange is not to confront you, and it's not to try to push you in a corner on that one. It's just raising these things. We are just exchanging information here. And I don't want to take too much of council's role on some of these points. If there are no further questions, and the council, you don't have any other point, we would take our 1 hour break. We come back here at 2:30, if that is okay. Do you have any other points, council?
No, Mr. Chair. They can wait until the afternoon session.
Thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned. We come back here at 2:30.
Assalamu alaikum badiŋolu mbal konto na Africa television to yala mbal bismillah lanang na kunya fulanjaŋo me yalon ko wolbe dendim bi lungola to nya sain kandiro membe ke kan commission to me yalon ko wolbe TRRC be tembo men to sain tenna nga kol men yalon ko wollelu keta kunya fulanjaŋo nyinto kabiren shiya nyinketa tentendro keta komen nga fale no nyamen rong kol danta damen to akuma seta wolto wolemu kabirin alaji kante abulata moto la purukata state house ako kabira futa daw state house memu gambia law mansa korda nyinti ay mofula taraje me yalon ko wol be mu sojar nyaaton ko di ako ay lieutenant ya jamme taraje anim fanan lieutenant Edward Singate bayrang ay 50 nun commando ko ay Edward Singate to bakono sojaro la dinkra ba nyineto ako kabira aboda police headquarters ay o mofulol nyen taraje ako bari kabira ay taraje nata itandala ko ya jamme nata itandala ko Edward ya fonyele ko ani kachatale anu nga kudeta nyimme alon ko nga wole keteng nga ke fende kam me alon ko wole be landirin ko mbe maralo ke la wat sudun ne kono don ngana di civilian la e se carte fayo ke no ye moto mo me alon ko wala be marla Gambia bankola tendenda fanan kante puruka sankandiro ke ko la mi yalon ko wolle ka chata o dinkrado ako ya jamme nata itandala ko fanan yelo dulani simpanya menta wolem nyendu ko nunto wato men ne be kacha soto kan nun kudeta sifa mi yalon ko wolle nyanta kala Gambia banko kan ako wo ko nyin ya jamme alla man yandi wolale ka fay ko kudeta mi yalon ko yelete bonna anim fana kola molte toro soto la nin sorondirol nin kres bang nin tilimbali aku dol la karola anata foko wotumalem ya jamme nata a 50 kante ko mbete momen do sainteng silobe yelerine isenano le kafuma nanyin AFPRC kuonyin sa tamandino memu sojarola maral bulonyinde transitional government akoy nata moto diala anim fanan sojaro mi alon ko atata fo sojari sai nata foko wolsa adandang katala suo kono ase wurang aye falling aye sojari pare purukana murnang state house o nyin kono ako kabiren tumala menna ani wo sojarolu bota o dinkra nyin do memo state house etata ala korda nyin kono anata fo sojarol ye ko woto e babatula la e fonyondi montro wati fula baren ate bota nan numba de bule ano abe batare mbakele ako wol fanan na raw silo bulaye wa anate fonyondi montro wati fulo nyin kono ako bare kabre wato men sojarol diala state house o nyin kono ay hakilo anata janjam bake nyin kam mala ko abe tembo mento ate nata ke moti me alon ko sayna kamta ko dandandir lalle bala hanna tara miro beje pour ka ko porokoti don on fennet me alon juloñin aba suruntu nga kawnyim balal ako anata boje wala nyama aye pare sojar pare nyama nyin karo nata bo let council bolo memo esambay faldi ka nyin ka ko elo pare nya sa 50 noba ako ha ay sojar fengol lel dum kabiren adundang kaminin dangolu kata jorangol men yalon ko sojaro kasulala elan jikeran kabolu ay wol be fankantan fengo ferendi nata ko mosi sulala nani modol la coki nyolol kuntuta nyobala ayo be fankanta ning ala pare o nyin kono nata aytande ko kabiren tumala menna anata ta dinkira nyinto dami yalon ko wolem state house ako afutata je inata nyin ka wati jumalem ate futata nun wo dinkira nyinto memo state house ako ala futo jede tala luluma fonlem afutata state house o nyinto anun fanan abe nata dem men na wala nyinti ko nata dokuota ka diala ako Edward le nata ka diama bira murta state house ama ya jamme jeje ako Edward ye men tandala jedo wala nyinti ko santen doku me alon ka tanyanta kake wala mkata dawo darandi natara ko mu sojaro la kampoleti fajaral ni yundum ay murumurungal keje pour que la man yandi ke kalam dandi ko kudeta nyin sototale anum fanan ese tenko ke ani katama ko la me alon ko wala be kala county member bola nyaton ko nyimbulu ay nata fanan kadele ke modi me alon ko ase murumuron ke dawo da nara police station le manin checkpoint wolu prasita o dinkral ninto ase jubero ke kaje ko al halo be to bendino me alon ko wala be dendin ning ila taranyala o dinkral ninto ako kabirin anada futa yundum la police station o ninto ako anada tara mofula beje men alon ko molu be je men yalon ko wol mo ate fonla koto doku lalelde wol be nun doko ke kan nun atele koto jannin kudeta nyimbe kala akay wol tara nun selo kono jele anata nyin karo ke ko sana saballe na fenan wole soronje ako ate nata wo moluta ay funtindi selo kono an wonata ke kudi me alon ko we sana sabal dimi bakele ako barate o ay ko ay baro men keten on fennede me alon ko kurundi be fintila koma o mate de o mate sila barin anim men be do ko wala ko kaw kumayandi o mate la lon kan walti barate le munu wala nyaton kodi anata tendem fanan kasen kandro ke ko kabirin tumala men ay ala o molta ke funtindi ako o dinkira nyinto anata ta dulato dame yalon ko wala mu state house o nyinti ako kabiren amurta state house o nyin kono anara molmen yalon ko ay wollel taraje wolle keda yaya jammeti sana sabali ani Edward Singate anu ñomo mollete men yalon ko inata ñinen kay ko say se ñunu be la kuol fasarno bang ni mankuto la karola e mellon e telula kuoto anata me tandi wala ñindi ko ñinin kar folo digita damen wala mo pour ay ya jamme fo ay mune fahamu ala karola daji ko la kuoto ako ya jamme de nata ba fola de ñangon ko ngala mati bare wato wati kulore yala mando anu ku katarato fan watara anaka metandi mola wol man kiliya akata ba fola ko sulu saji malem ya jamme de ako bala man kutoto ako mola fana mi alon ko horomo o data ala karola bake surtout anan ala ñaton kol tema bare ñaton ka jama bi e man kontana ala ko la bare ya je ko mola mati ni kan di ala dron ate mu molti mi alon ka ko kanol wali ñoyale ako ay wolon ya jamme la ko tolde anata tendem fana kala CDR koldi me yalon ko man kuto la karola ay mellon sana sabal la karola ako sana sabal de nare bo fola o mu molti me yalon ko sanate ni ba fola ate mu molti me yalon ko ala moya amon futa barate akatamo nin jusolda anu mo farawre mbalemu ala kolu me yalon ka ke ate kala fi sembe ko wala ani ni dia dron kata kabarani wala akada molti me yalon ko abuka kulandinin falala ako Edward Singate o molti me alon ay mankudo melon ala karola ako Edward de ate o kay amu molti me alon ko ala kolbe kalkal jiro kon wato do ay koy wato do la ay fin ako ate la kol katara wol nyama ako Edward bukalo bulu kilin kan ate kata tallinna ko me yir kundo safo ko nawe ba ko no do jibal mo ataki dawoda kata ni woldo ako ate la ku wala taman se rol ni wala mununda ako fana mole me alon ko keresbang o mala karban jeltide ako Edward Singate keresbang mala karban jeri bara te ka wole kontano soto nabe harmo don dala ka tilimbalia ako Edward de kamo muda ka keresbang o ka dia baka na mu fenne de me alon ko ayo muda ku kuma balti anada fanan kadiamu fanna la me alon ko wala mu sojar doti mo wato la memu yankuba turede ako yankuba turede ate o e ba fula ko to lele ma ate do wara mo dasare ngolam ako yankuba turede ate mo bayre ngolti bare ate de anata nanne ate ko kurukuru wato amantra nunjede bar bira nata do afanam be funtandi ngini kan ase nurani menna don anu kabiro futan yele da ate don ate amuta ko saw kay ko dunya kudima bi adanta janne ako yankuba turede ate ay mello ala karola wala mo namaremba ate moldi mi alon ko ate yankuba ture a moldi mi alon ko modol kafo moda saringo anata tendem fanan ka 50 droke denkirala dami alon ko wala kata ñinin ka rodo membota late council bol e sambay fal akay ko e bari ete nata long ñim molu e man kuto be ñamen wala ta dula dinkra men ñaton kaya e tambita ko men ñato yena kafu o molma ako nyaaja kafuta o molma memu yaaja men Edward Singate ñolti ako wolle le ate limani yandi ko kule me alon ko ñin kudeta ñin akola molte torol soto laje anu mobe ba ala ñanto fanan sotla banko molbe tanko sotola anim fanan dalilo mi alon kudeta nyinketa o fanan be topoto lale anu abe kala fendi mi alon ko ite ko nyin la mandila nin karala tendenda fanan ka chake fanna la me alon ko wala mu modo la mutoti ako kabiren kudeta nyinketa nyin garo boda let council bulu e sambay fal ko foynene modo la mutol karamutal bang bari ali yaitandi la ko mol meno bon ministalti ani menu mu sojar nyaton kolti e mu molti me alon ko manyang ares la akay ha o miro tata non tol bulu bar nga sede aroke modo la mutolale bari nene tata dinkrado dami alon ko wala mu bakono sojaro la dulati dame mu marine headquarters ti ako nga nunto minister fula jawra man sakunda PPP kono ako ngawol tara wo dinkrato ako asan diallo be wollel kono anim fana alkal James J ako kabri nga nyim mol tara je edol mu mollen mi alon ko be jakal lunnum bake bari ye mutani wo dinkrato le anu ila al halo malo ako anara kadia muye ke limani ande ko la tara wo dinkrato be tara tanko le kono sartol men yalon ko fana abe tamale kan abe be kala kulete mi alon ko atita nimisa wulule akayo kacha ke wala kawol hakilo tenkundi bage ako afana ay sedaro ke fanan molla men yalon ko wo molu nyin wo keta sojar fulalti nyaton kol kono ako captain Wilson anim fanan mejo pamodo an ako wol mum mollen me ako mo fulo ate fongole tatan no wol kamma ay samba dinkrado da mi yalon ko wolem sojaro laduladi baraje ko wala koyta dine tare la suwol kono ako dalilo mi antina yoke wala nyindi ko natara ko nyun molbe ndulanto e bajala ko ko kuruni be tamarela koto ate mo kuduma finna no fana ate kala fende mi yalon ko abe mol jakalla bari abatar la ko be dinkral to dami yalon ko e wolto koyta de fe dine la suwo kono la dimba alla karola de ako bara beje wati kilindron motol nata sana sabali anen sojarolu ay kidota kalo captain Wilson kan ka force to samba kata dundi mail to selo kono ako wom fende mi yalon ko sana sabali ay nyinin ka munanne yen arrest kan ako sana kay ko etolu nyin military junta même mu ila AFPRC nyaton kolu wolle nyin ko foko nyi captain Wilson nyantale ka arrest ka samba kata soron mile 2 ako do keta baralti mi alon ko o ko nyin a ketala man diate bari comme ate kuno la jewo watola ako bari sana la o ke baro nyin o keta fenne de mi alon ko aman dia ferem nada nyinin ka fanan ko nyimol men yalon ko ay wollelu samba fo molu sambo nyin aketa dalilol ti me yalon ko ate fanan ay nyimol muta ke samba ke mabo ay tande ko de hani ate sambaro men ayake ake tankandirole kamma abara make ko men motoro nyin kamma ako fenne de me yalon ko toral tala koto barala ngan yobe non senare wo ko nyin na karolale anata 50 droge tar ko la ko de lume yalon ko wala keta September karoti atili woro 1994 ako lunne nyinde me alon ko de wolunga nyate nyina lala ako bayren atel alama ka mo me alon ko ay wala tamandi nyin AFPRC la wo mansa kunda nyin kono ako aketa fenne de me alon ko kibaro la janjam bundala ye wala place o diatela ako bar makama sutunnam atela karola bayra ay wucho menke je okay o keta kardan tan dronnati ako e nada de fon mutale ya samba kabiren tumala men na state house auto Senegal la dinkira dami alon ko kibar ta bundalum wol nata non pour ka nyin karo soto ala karola memu interview ti ako nyin karo ni jabiro anada fo akibaro fo no ya jamme wato obe nyaton kayala nu AFPRC lawo junta mansa kunda nyindo ako nata silo nyin diala ako anata ta nyinin karol nyinna anwo kibarta dinkra dami alon ko wole boda Senegal banko nyinkan ako kabiri yo kacha nyin soto o kola drong inate yate arrest ako sojarol kay ko sana sabali wole kan di ko ngemuta inata samba mile 2 wala nyama ako bari brabe mile 2 lumenna tabulo ko sida atanyina tabulu kuma kan menna ako nada ke nyin September karotili worolti 1994 ako suto talan killing beje bunda kumata kabirim bunda kumata ata tela selo abe dinkra mento wo wato la niyo dula nyin jube e ka sinkangolu moye ka samata singo fongo doli jele ako anara sojar jamaje wol kona menno sute ako sana sabal bejele Edward Singata beje Yankuba Toure beje Sadibu Haidra beje wolu mote mi alon ko asafo ko menu yen AFPRC nyaton ka ya jame dam mala mantra ma ber wodlaro ani sojar jamalu men yalon ko menu ke kanta anim fanan modolu ako hani Peter Singate fon Edward Singate do ma fon ayo fon jejele ako nyimu lungalti lungme alanko aka nenete nyina lala ako bayre wolungo kabire nyimol nata nan ebe wuro ke kan ka tol kumando ke ka foko bi mo ko kelalla nin ala sonda bibe kala lulla bonte ako inata kumandiro ke molla killing anu ya follow ni mo follow menna me yalonko ye wole kumandinan pour kata ko mari nyinta ka nyininka ako momi yalon ko wala follow nada wala captain Mamad Cham ako ye wala ta ya bulol kada ana singolu ya kurunto ka samba anu abe wur kan aba fo kan sura counto albem barama kan ako e ka fa ko ete baramo danteje me mel la leta kan ni olong baramo obe kele finin kolti ako nada samba minute dantan drong nyato drong ay kide kuma kan moy ako kola nada je edwo singata murtanan a bulo bala yelo bijede ako elwod ba fo kanko sa imparetan na kude folo balale kanata fulan jamto ako nata kija fara badi tolla bari tolu fe bewo be yenyin captain Mamad Cham ya to fale fulan jango momi yalon ko ako nata wole fanan noma wole keta nunto memunum police wala deputy inspector generality Ibrahima Chongan akoy nata o noma akoy wo sifa killing wala fananke Ibrahima Chongan la ako mo sabanyang me alon ko wala bulata mol kono ye men samba wala nata ke RSM Babukar Jenti ako wo fanan mo molti me alon ko ya fanan sambo nyakilo nyama o kidi kan kuma kan sifa le fananke da nata murnan ko tege nata Edward je kai kuma kanta ka dante anin sari bakono anin tamaya ba kaitande ko pareta mo sabo balale bilungo ba sama fanambe murla nan mo dolon sina tenteng an wo molu kono men yalon ko mine noma captain Samsidin Sar nyolu wolbe mu molti mi an ko wato wolbebe maboren nu selo nyin konole ako nyin kada kija fara baldi nyin kada sunu bata anin nikuya anin fana al halol yele mandile atendenda kaitande ko fan captain Samsidin Sar atela al halo nata jawya bake etol mo jamal men yalon ko bije ako bari wat soto ta katra selo kono abuka finti banda anin mo buka diamu kija faro dun tala aya chaundile fan akeda modem mi yalon ko alafta sella ninga sondo molale anata tendem fanan ka CDR koldi akode ni ajube selo nyimmi alon ko wala mail tute al halo jawyare mbake ako keresi banjamal soto taje ako modo fon mi alon ko sojaro lon nun bare ay jade kende naso soto wona ka fa captain Johnson ako nata o fanan na fe mail tu ako bare brio fe nanje wona law al halo nyawnyang docteur o fon nata safiro ke ko be tembo mento o babar tele ngo wote tarnolo kam bare hane kashiya kam fa buka keno nata kasponcho ta kasponchin dinta ka dundi ko landi o babar telon kan pour wo sesino nyamen akoy tel fon do beje natare silo soto wato do la nita daje e kara asanaw ya kan ka fay ko biwo kay clientele ala jande ela jambe foyaring ako bari wato tol malon nun ko yar fal lan juro be nyinnale wala dalilo nata sabu ako bari han wodo do nyim mol men yalon ko wolem sana sabal ni edwo singare nyoldi e bala buka fa moye ka foko e mari jaade kende ala lan jur soto ba waran naso wo manke fendi me alon ko e tol ko jube anata tendem fanan ako kabirin be sorondin dinkirato dami alon ko wole mu mail to nyindi ako dinkralen dami alon ko ako anata tumiro moy nyin commission 50 mi alon ko wala boda Sirif Emel Gomez bulu ka foko ate dabula ram mol konole men e crash ban ke molla mail tu kono ako wo may jom jakal kubati barin ate fon be sorondi an membe sorondi wo be modol crash ban nyo nyaadile amonyol me anko ani bo sorondi ako dun ate nene man tanu mail tu wato menna alaw makama sutundi babulu men keta alaw spokesman memo kibar janjang bundadi AFPRC la karola ako woto oddun krade on fendi me anko asunu bage bare let cancel na raitan dala ko asekeno nyinola fanna wala na eto fota nyin kuma kan nyin na karola bare damen to yalon ko lafta pour jelese senia wala mu dinkrate dami yalon ko mol men yalon ko soronda tolu safe sojarol nin tanko bundal karola membo ko polisolu lafita le o kayto se o jubenye ya jubete itobe kayto nyim balale wan ani nabi je fanan itele mo jelu njawnti ye safero landi nyame otumale nada kayto samba ate alaji enada kayto nyinta ka sambama kabire kayto nyinta ya diala te alaji kante nada kayto nyinjube anada sutero ka ko ha ate tobe saferen tannin kilin jangoldo anim fanan enada muru ko teke kaytan dala ko kabiren tumala men na ete be o kaso nyin kono isa fono mole be sorondi mintole akode ate abe jakasiringa bulu akodulado number 1 dulado number 4 bara ay men sute je dro wolen dulado bije ni futata woro odo mbanta jahanna waldi bade ni mobuka nyosoto no ibuka ku fanan je inyala na manke jomoloti anin ni ku anin sunodron ako bar lado bijede ni tata woto ako do bijede e ka fintinole sintaman taman doke e ke fasol tilindino ako bar lado de ni futata woto onin banta jahannawa dronnemu bari wo dulalen dami alon ko hade madungo fengo ferendim bo dulado hade madungo la nyanto kilinde je mi alon ko wala buñata anim fana wala katama je anata tendem fana kaytandiro ke ko dinkrami alon ko selo nyim fombe dame selol katra detering selol kono katra noring babar telen kanyan ding wala katra je mi alon ko ibukala fle la nola la nyama ako sinom fenne me ka herebule bari nenema helenke bari wo be mu fenne me alon ko selo la jawya wole o sabu anata domoro la karola ay kasafiro ke domoro ako domoro me alon ko e kanaje ako domoro jawba ako domoro do fam me alon ko wolem futodi sur walla kawro e ka fa cere ako de o futu sifa aka ako mu futu le me alon ko al halo jawya da bag ako bari ne futo nyinke da kono akamta ko do feo fango ye wala muta ya jakasi nyo mun ko nyim fe ya na selendi nyola ako wom fenti me alon ko a jawya da bag anara itande fanan ko e kaytandi lale fo ilafta sinan ni wala bang fondu ilafta jaram walla ako sinan ni fana e ka fe men da ka sinan dala ade fo mo fengol to fono ana mo al halol fanan suteno ako bar fenne me alon ko e mambetea al halola karola nata tenten ko dege kaytandiro kala ko kayto bala ay mol tolta ka 5 ans kabri ay yo to 5 ans nyinke ay mol tolu karang bari anata podi tola to mi yalon ko let council esam by fall akay ko bari kayto bala de podi ta to kilinda anata fay ko bari ngatol menu je ngawol karande anata hakilo bulandi alaj kante nata tanda ha njombita to men na wala mu monni lulu njango wala ibrahima chonganti atem fana mu molde mi alon ko anene benu selo konole ibrahima chongan anu mole me alon ko afanan na bebe nu dinkra keline yen soronda men maltu o kabri wakera wotuma sain anara 50 fanan tendendi kaytandi ko de mollel beje mennu londi pour ka kiskisiroke ite la karola membe dending ila soron la kola ako bari wo mol natale ka kuma kan foye kumol men yalon ko ate aje ko kumolu wol mu fennede me yalon ko imang tilingo soto bari kaytandi la ko kayti safere wol menu be laring ko itel nyanda ka fenne safe kaytandi ko to le jamfa bale city lafta ka kudeta la ke wo AFPRC lawo ton kol nyina akole keda kaytol ti me alon ko e wollel safe anu ya fo ko pour sew kayto signé ako kayto atata safe la bulola anim fana ata signé la karka man jam fa kilin kurukuru amman bo kurukuru fanan kalama anum fanan amman kafu moma me yalon ko be jam fa siti kan pour ka nyi AFPRC ta ka keta ke bonnije ako oto o dalilo kamala ate ala lod laitandi nyim molla walla ni nada itandro kala ko fo mola e sutele bang ako hanide men yalon ko nada panelo to de ako jam mo jamalo aka man suteroke mola je ako wol mu molle de men yalon ko e ni nada e kan nyin ka roke fanna menna modo fon be je da ko mo killing me alon ko cham kontonde aka o je o fon o be modo nyin ka kan itol sel konon kol kono wala fta o forcer la pour o sikay to nyin songala ka signé aka ko hani kana mo forcer mola miro anala ala nyanto ya dialale pour ay som fenna mem matala miro di anim fana balam fenna mem mankala miro di aka te o ko nyi tandi wala kabru wakata nyin karo nyin nata bodin kraro dami yalon ko wala keta fannati memmo commissioner la karolati o commissioner la o nyin karo to momi yalon ko wala folo nyin karo ke wala keta siranti nyinte lamin jesise ata aytande ko de bare momi yalon ko wala amadou suareti fo ite ya foko kabri botanum terminalo nyinto e kuntuta feriela itata dinkrato dami alon ko wolemu sojarol men be bakono ila kunda bati memu marine headquarters ti bri bota auto fana itata police headquarters ako fo e nyaay mo jele bam mi alon ko wole tomu amadou suareti ay mentandi je wala nyinde ko ako hani ateman amadou suare amaoje kabiren tumala menna atata dinkra nyindo dame yalon ko wala mu police headquarters ti fo jannabe futala state house ñin karo fulanjaw nata bo membulu wala musirantio normalan koti commissioner sose ata aytande ko de Bashir lieutenant Bashir Baro ani lieutenant Alpha Kinte wol mum molle me alon ko e tolu fota nun komanto wato menna meeting ba sota yunum barak pour ka fero dada ko kudeta membe dada la PPP masakunda kama alay kante tendenda kaytande ko de o mo fulolo lieutenant Bashiru Baro ani lieutenant Alpha Kinte ako molle men yalon ko e telu nata bula modol lel kono kabiren kurkurlo nyin kola alaw wuce folo nyin kono ako etol mannage modi me yalon ko nyin kudeta nyin kono etol nata tara nyin mol kono men yalon ko wala mu Sadebo Hydra, Edward Singate, Yankuba Toure, ani ya jamme ako nyimmo fulol man na tarawro wala na mawol to sayin kan kibarol to ani sede al me alon ko abe di kan nin gar sabanya bodana damen membulu wala commission akindete commission akinde ko ñin karo mi alon ko ay alaji kante ñin ka wala ako Nigerian ol nata janne e ko e marata place wala mi alon ko o place ol ñi ñanda tarla no Gambia dingol lel bulu sa en foyta la fa ko Nigerian ol mela do ko tamandi komen ko e place o men dila we men kanim bang akay ko ha e do ko mi alon ko Nigerian no ñanda tamandi la akay ko wo ñanda kala nikindiroldi bari yela groupe men na fe ñanda karandirol kala na sojarol la e be wana ya no la ñaadi sojar bundado bari ye samba ke mandi dinkrala dami alon ko wolem kangola bodulalti anata mando akodu wo manke fente mi alon ko e nyanda o dila Nigeria no la bari training school Nigeria no nyanda kala wolto nyaton ko de bari ni nata dula ko tan la sojar place kumalu wol be nyanda kala fente mi alon ko e manyanne marandilala akoto obe tembo mento wonara ke dalilore me kam fa bawulu etol sojar dinno la karola membo ko lesna no la anin second lieutenant ñin kardo mi yalon ko wala sotota o boda commissioner Jones lebulu wona da itandala ko pour kudeta mi yalon ko ate kafo ko jamfa mi yalon ko ba kuru kan prase o fasarno ako e kanyum men fotende a kule mi an ko abe tumiro la kono e ko ye jamfa la city pour kanyin AFPRC bondije akay ko nin ko kudeta dron mbaw kudeta nyinela ay ala jabiro nyin keta wolti o kola commissioner ka wonata ñinin karo ke kaytan dala ko wato men na Albert Soronding mailtu fo ale silo sotono le bang pour ka loyalu sotono alse menu tano kado ko dila pour silo ale nen kiti yoba kala akay ko hani ndol fongol be tembo mento o Soronding krato ndelwol kam muna fanno mo sifa fulalla nyon sel kono molu waran sel to do kulalu akay ko wolle motim kam menje akay ko telbe Soronding damen do yen tolu yen ferendile anu nim ferelobe kering o nyanto sifalu wol manke fendi kam wala moy sakore safo ko eta ko nyin noma ñinin kar do me yalon ko wala nata soto commissioner Jallo leo ñinin karo ñinke a ñinin karo ñing a ketan nim fanna men na wala ñinti ko kabrin tumala men na altol be wo sojar ya nyin kono anun aliaje ko al halol menu be takan e mantra taku kan bare Nigeria no le tara nyaton kayala Gambia sojaro le tara duma Nigeria no be sire ko kan on fenne de me alon ko amaltol kondan fale nyin ko futandi al telephone la nyaton ko la le ban e alaji kante kabirabe jabiro kala nyin karo la ay tandi commissioner Jallo la ko ha ay ko me alon ko wala tamata je itolla kontane baliya ya itandi la nyaton ko lale bar wolbe fanne futu sorolla bari ba jube kanne ko munem fengde mi alon ko wala mu itella plasol wala jarte toli ila kunkilina miro be nu walla wol mantre la moy ke tella ko walla bari wolbe men jube ka wala inde ko nin Nigeria nol bota je dron jumale be place juma marala jumale bita place juma wato wolbe nyokele kan nu walla be nyo nonon kunka walla be nyo fadiya kan nu walla wol manna miro jube mi alon ko wala tol sojare diwol bulu commissioner diko wo fanan nata ñinin karo ke ay ñinin karo men nafe nan wala ñinti ko Nigerian sojarolu a fotale ko ibe place ballel to ñin Gambia la sojar makamolu ibe karafarin Nigerian olelma ay tan dala ko kabri woketa say mune nata keje kabri ya tandi ko ya jamme keta modi me alon ko ya tel tombong pour ka tambindi ni AFPRC la wo kafo ñi ñato atanada itan ro men keje wala ñinti ko kabirin kudeta ba kurkurla ala ay lodula men soto wolem ise kudeta ga me alon ko ata kala komen Ghana kudeta be nyame e ka kudeta men kuma sojar kunda do Ghana kudeta e ko len kudeta me alon ko turu bangola ka keje momorandi natara ko amari anene be nyaton kay ala ministal kono e kawol be mutale be londi e kido maleke fa anim fanan sojar nyaton ko me an ko be ministal bulo kono ko bambutulo na diate samba firiji dale suma yoku na diate samba tilole yelum akol fanan mumolen me alon ko ke fanam mudale befa akay ko woto kudeta men benun tol bulu miroto wala nyinde ko yelete bonna mo fanante e tajirnte a kusotola membe tamale kan kata ke mari muda ke sorong dalila tagang akay ko ya jamme nte ma tombon e pour ka ke nyaton koti mol men yalon ko wolle sonta edward singata nyolla o mirola o Ghana kudeta wolle ya jamme tamminni nyato anata nte ninna molu mantra wolla o kafo kono akay ko wolle liye tombon droke ya jamme la e nyinin kardo me yalon ko e wolle nata e kabo kiamano bulu me yalo lamin jesisi ay nyinin karo ke ko e baring altolu alaji kante almu sojar din wollete anu allo sojar ya nyim fanan kono ni ajube sojaro ala dokuo ay mennyinen ka wo manke nin politikola place wala tamandiro nyin kenyati bari sojaria sojaro la lodla katankan droge sursu bankola nin mantora kol men boko safen kandro ka bonan bantala pour ka dum banko nyin kan anada itandala ko ha to nyalem to nya sojaro la dokuo amanke woti bari ntolo fanan meyan tinnala fo nyin kudeta nyin keda jutunne allel sotota memboda pipi mansa kunda la karola an wo ko bukata ko ma fonyato wala natan tolu sojar dinnungolu ayantinnala dimbani mi alon ko macho parasita ndel fanan nata ke tafia sikalati nga ko nyin sembentu yandi fokude ta nata soto nyim banko nyin kanjang akay ko bari ni komen ko tolu sojaria tonya nyanda ka loi horma ka bunya nimso fanan beje kula mi alon ko wala kudeta la karola di bari kudeta nyin sandeng natara kula mi alon ko mosa muru kanno tonya te kala fendi me an ko ndaba bulaje bar wo wato lantel mu sojaro lelti anum fanam be dinni ya wato mento din fondin ke ala o yele kando nyin anala jusu fatiya anala manyarol menu yalon ko e kasiya wala natan ntolu muta akedam bulu kalindi me alon ko mankana noma fo nganyin kudeta nyinke kabri wo bodala momi yalon ko wolem sirantiyoti commission nyina karola Mr. Lamin JCC anata ka jamamol konota dia ka sayin kandiro kenun ko sojar nyadon ko sotota nun Nigeria banko kan mi alon ko ka fa Yakubu Gawon akode enene nay kacha soto wobe sedo di kan ko to nya kudeta manyan ka soto sojar ye mansa kundata ako bare sojar ya mansa kunda maral kuteje amman kututeje oto o mu kulete mi alon ko hanna tara momoro ndimbake yake e mare salo nyama ko kule mi alon ka a ketale bara manke kuri men al halo nyi nyada anun sojarol fanan kudeta manke silati e nyanda ka men noma bayri mansa kunda la falengo o nyanda soto la carte keso la karola bara manyan kala kidi kolomoni kidi kesoti anada fanan ka sayin kan droke ako misalo beje mo kilim me alon ko anene keta sojar nyaron ko di ay banko ta ka mansa kunda bondi ako keta Ghana banko kan ka fo me ko Rollins ako de Rollins de atam molti me an ko ala kudeta o keta sampulo di bayring ka biring ate mansa kunda bondi anada sembo murundi ko de ke civilian ol kanne ana keta wati le me alon ko o wato nyin keta wati sutunete anun kambe on keta no wala ka bire ye mansa kunda bondi je an wonara nyafa basabu bayrin civilian wol nata tenteng ke law demokrasi nyin soro o keda misalo ta men da ko bara manke ko abe jalay ro ke kam molla men yalan ko le kudeta ke amanke ko fanan abe mole susunde kan kudeta kan ako bare puru kam fendi mem wala dati drong hakili mal sa ako nyinta kaje ko membete ara koto wala keo waka ker komen karabanjio ala shero abama alale anim menno fanan yalon ko katata mola meama mbal tentula mbal jayla en sita na studio nyinto memu welingarati ning ala sonda si yo kunya sabanjango o fana be kala bilungola hani bi tenten robe kala nyin karol nin jabirola nin ko endirol to nyala karola mi alon ko men keda alaji kanteti ate sede aroke kuolu menula 1994 July 22nd Gambia banko kanjang kuol men alon ko wollel keta membe dende nyin commission la pour ka to nyanyin lankenama atra nyonya kono jubeteje ka kuol fo mi alon ko wolle sotota imma aketa modol la tajirinte ati ye men tamande modol kan anin kresban kuol men ne alon ko modolu nata bula man torol kono hani bifango men tilo men do ala baraka bake lamin AFFS dabo ala mon tinyanna kayra la dong foni murtanan wati koten ala baraka bake bilunga la dong Africa television o to yala.
Vehicles, you are giving it to parliamentarians. Where is the source? The parliamentarians themselves should challenge that.
Yes, TRRC and GDC no opposition. All other parties that doesn't concern you, either UDP or NRP or PPP, they are all in the government.
Ay fancy ka na wala sa 70 ka na. Chobi bari wala trop ci dëkk.
Man dama against ID card mu nekk $450. Man mosuma si ànd te du mosuma sa ànd.
yow xaalis boobu nu mu fa ñëwee loolu nga war a njëkk a laajte because social security institution doo xam ne social security warut a ñàkk a xaalis yëfi profit social security loolu waxtaani banda la loolu dafa war a automatique.
Baro lu ma ko ñaan mooy na wàcce 3 years am su demee 5 years dafa am problème leadership bu fi bàyyi dafa bon right now amul direction bu correct réew mi ñëpp seen am na disappointment si nguuri Baro.
benn nit mënut a jagal réew da ngaa def li nga war a def bàyyi keneen ñu continuer
Nakeba wo keba kende ba nakeba wo keba kende ba wo keba kende ba ba wo keba kende ba nakeba 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 wo keba kende ayebunya di musole la de wi ayebunya kunkele wala la de wi ayebunya di musole la de wi ayebunya kunkele wala la de wi nakeba wo keba kende ba nakeba wo keba kende ba wi keba kende ba wi keba kende ba nakeba wo keba kende ba nakeba wo keba kende ba bawo keba kende ba bawo keba kende ayembunya di musole la de wi ayembunya kunkele wala la de wi ayembunya di musole la de wi ayembunya kunkele wala la de wi nakeba wo keba kende ba nakeba wo keba kende ba wi keba kende ba keba kende ba kendo je anala keba kendo lemu ye keba kende o keba kendo anala dindi kendo lemu keba kendo lo kadinde ulu le ida dindi ul dindi sila kendo le la
Konte mamoy
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Konte mamoy
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Sama bala dija wole ka kesen jang
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Yo no lu mental wole ka kesen jang
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Sama bala dija wole ka kesen jang
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Yo no lu mental wole ka kesen jang Ngamoyle Sain fana ngamoyle Ngamoyle Chain fana ngamoyle
Fenna kumeta Dilbo ma fante ma fa ngamoyle Godo kana jiduna Wainante kawatal Godo Dakari dia dan nye tuje se kalafil Godo Dakari dia dan nye tuje se kalafil Godo itu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Dakari dia ta
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Dakari nenna
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Sama bala dija wole ka kesen jang
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Yo no lu mental wole ka kesen jang
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Sama bala dija wole ka kesen jang
Ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Yo no lu mental wole ka kesen jang Lai bolule fene kali kesen jang Kuma fene kali kumaja Kulo fene kali kesen jang Lai bolule fene kali kesen jang Kuma fene kali kumaja Kulo fene kali kesen jang
Ai hai hai maribita iman sandangula atabailam maribita iman sandangula ataje pada bali bije preso fefo taje pada bali bije preso fefo ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Sama bala dija wole ka kesen jang
ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Yo no lu mental wole ka kesen jang
ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Sama bala dija wole ka kesen jang
ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Yo no lu mental wole ka kesen jang Konte mamoy
ngode tu lolo fenna ka kesen jang
Konte mamoy Ngamoyle Sain fana ngamoyle Ngamoyle Chain fana ngamoyle Mata sela ngamoyle Sain fana ngamoyle Alimbula ngamoyle Chain fana ngamoyle
Real life music. My love, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Some city to the story, man. I wanna hold you tight, make you under them the way my ring you. And they say make you sing the gente do I yek be my yaka yek out to my chite looking now. So don't you feel like that? That in my life you are the one I want to spend it till eternity. You are my love and my soul. Say without you, do my monodalo. I'm spiritually connected to you. Pray my vie, yamata hanjo. Kame kimado, kame fimajo. Man yore klagam, yamata hanjo. Kame kimado, kame fimajo. Kon yala nyo amdo. I can't wait for 1 night, 2, then by 6 to 66 years, just to marry you. Even so you do I feel weeks. Me and you depend on a happiness. I'll be calling you Magionyo and the fly. My life, you are the one I want to spend it till eternity. You are my love and my soul. Say without you, do my monodalo. I'm spiritually connected to you. Tue ma vie, yamata hanjo. Kame kimado, kame fimajo. Man yore klagam, yamata hanjo. Kame kimado, kame fimajo. Koryala nyuamdo.
Yeah. Okay. Suñu dundu benn seconde dina ma neex duma fàtte lu ñu seqoon léegi gën a xaay fu ma la tegoon na doon dëgg nga di awu nekk seconde nekk sama yaayi doom di seen école jigéen bu taaru tabe oyof seet xol mën a kee ni labbe loo ko rawee wan ko ginnaaw rekk mu dabe bëgg naa la nabe ku ne bëgg nekk sa jëkkër doo fi lambe fu jikko ju baax nekk rek laa lambe Sénégal ak Gambie nga nekk sama làmmeñ romb sama càmmeñ sa doom yi ngay am laa bëgg ñu juddoo caameen loobo ma dofloo lii la ma defloo ma mel ni ku lekk